Good afternoon to all. Let us proceed further to first of all understand what is an simulation first of all. And what does it really mean to us, and is there any difference between simulation and simulation, or me coming from the area wherein we collect the data and we say it is representing our own real world, and this is the objectivity and this is the truth. How the things are differing is what allowed me to ponder upon the subject, especially the question when Nachiket approached me and said that can you take a session exclusively on simulation, and I myself was wondering why just simulation, why not simulation itself, or why not the importance of the data. Now that's how my intelligence journey started off, and while I was trying to understand the entire thing, I came upon I should say so many stepping stones for myself. I wouldn't use the word ladder, I would say I would rather use the word stepping stones. Reason, these are naturally available, and I really stepped upon these stones only one by one, and I understood as to how the things are taking place in the world of simulations. I mean, it in itself, as I said in my previous video presentation of mine, that yes, in itself it's a subject, and there is so much of scope for us to do the research on the projects across the domains. I think it's a wonderful topic for us to understand more about it and carry forward. So the first question that arises to each one of us is, what is an simulation? Now, the definition has been given to me as I was trying to find out, which I'll be showcasing in my next video presentation. I'll pick up some of the papers as I keep doing it, and I'll show you how they started off with the simple research, then they wanted a simulation, and immediately they started off with simulation. And now, should we say simulations or AI simulations, or are we entering into a different domain altogether? Is something again each one of us have to question, and we will see. And as a true learner, I would say that these things really perplexed me, and I thought, okay, in order to remove these doubts, I myself have to study. I cannot question anybody else also side by side. So a simple definition of simulation or an simulation turned out to be a representation of a real world system. Now, when I saw this particular definition, simulation representing a real world system, so how do you go ahead and understand the differences between the words real on one hand, world on the other hand, and then we are talking about system? So there is a need for us to understand what exactly is a system that we are talking about. And so should we say that yes, the world around us, the real world that I'm talking about, is also a system? So so how do we go from here? And to understand this, there are certain videos with whose links I can share it. Have a look at it, the animated journey of these simulations, which has been I should say designed and even developed to resolve certain issues of the accidents on the roads or on the highways, you can say. The way the farming industry uses trucks, and the transportation system that they are taking care of it in supply chain or in the logistics of it, they are going to take care. Or even say, let's proceed further. If we go to a petrol pump, we see the cars moving one after the other. Suddenly there are other things which are coming in, so how do they tackle? So one has to really understand these things, and on one hand, and carry forward. So these are one side of the story of the real world system. How about talking about digital clocks, alarm clocks, analog clocks which we see, and the circuits that we are talking talking about. Now, if you look the development of let's say a fair, and the way the tickets are being sold at different counters, I'm giving you the real time world system out there. Now, I know that whenever, like, I'm a resident of Delhi. Now, Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium is one area where I keep visiting frequently, because they keep hosting certain musical dance shows on one hand. On the other hand, there are a lot of sports activities taking place. Number three, it is more or less popular now for organizing certain exhibitions or fairs. So, I love visiting, and sometimes to be away from the domain of the computer. I prefer to be in this part. Now, when I see these things, there are different counters wherein you're going to purchase the tickets. Now, how do they know which seats are not available, which seats are available, what are the different areas for the ticket, then what time the coming, the car parking, then the food counter, then comes your deposits of your money. So how do all these things are taking place one after the other? And me, let's say I'm the person handling all these operations for that particular place. Now, how do I understand all these things working at randomly, which are taking place one after the other? Now, you see, this is where the simulations, the e-simulations which are present. Initially, it was like looking, okay, I have to avoid. Now, I know, from Delhi to Greater Noida, if I have to travel, it is through Highway Express Road, which we call it as DND, the Delhi Noida Delhi Expressway. Now, I know that road has frequent accidents which takes place over there, and the CCTV cameras are also present. So how is it that we are going to avoid or predict and understand the speed of the car or the car model which is there? How do you understand all these things? This is another way in which you can understand the simulation. The other one would be a banking system or an insurance company. How it is taking place? How do they make the predictions? Now, I know there is a company which I'm not supposed to name it because of the contract reasons and everything, and I have seen that they said that we would like to visit the schools and take the data from there, right from the play school. I said, how is that going to help you out for your career building fairs or interviews that you're going to take care? They said that through the thumb impressions for each and every student, we will come to know what is their future, whether they're going to turn out to be criminals or not. Now, I just looked at them. I said, play school and future criminals, how are you going to relate these two things? So, there's another way in which you can understand this simulation also side by side and try to understand. Similarly, if we enter into different domains, you will be seeing that yes, simulation are present. However, now instead of simulating simple ones, we have entered into that particular zone with the help of the programming languages which are available through Python and R, using different platforms that they are giving us, maybe in RS Studios or Collab or Jupyter or Sniper, or you can even go for Spider or Anaconda, and we will see there are so many platforms which are available for us, and we will see how these simulations are really helping us. And I dedicated myself to understand these things also, and once I saw the results and I interpreted them myself, I really raised the hat, I should say, and cheered each and every person who contributed towards e-simulations and gave us the world wherein we can think and we can create a lot of solutions for the problems which are being arising there. So with this, I think let me proceed further in another playlist where we can talk about what are the uses and how we are going to work out with the simulations. Till then, thanks and take care. Bye.